Hi friends and welcome back to my channel. Well, recently you've probably noticed there's been a lot of buzz about Glow Recipes' latest launch. This is their Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Sunscreen SPF 50. So most of you know how I feel about sunscreen. It really wasn't a part of my life in my earlier years, but in the past, let's go 4 years, it has been a part of my life because it is so important for anti-aging. And I'm vain and I want to anti-age. All right, there's really no such thing as anti-aging. The most we can hope for is protecting what we have and maybe turning back the hands of time a little bit. But in order to do so, the most important step is sunscreen, because that sun, she a bitch, and she coming for you every day. I'm serious. The rays from the sun can do so much damage, especially if you're using topical products like I am. I use my AHAs, BHAs, all sorts of serums and blah, blah, blahs. But because of that, some of those ingredients actually make my skin more sensitive to the sun. So if I'm not using sunscreen, I'm actually going to do way more damage than if I wasn't using those products and not using sunscreen. So since I am using those products, I have to use sunscreen. There's no choice. All right, so let's talk about what Glow Recipe has given us. Now, I purchased her at Sephora. She is 1.69 ounces, $34. Yes, I know I'm calling her she. She's in pink packaging. I can't help it. It's a broad spectrum, which means UVA and UVB rays. It has chemical and mineral filters. Great. I don't particularly love just mineral filters. For me, that's like zinc oxide especially. It's heavy and thick. It takes a lot of special formulation to get it anywhere decent. And as far as I'm concerned, there's only one American brand that has figured that out, and that is Elta Md. I talked about this a million times. We're just going to put her over here. So I appreciate when brands try to make hybrid sunscreens. The chemical filters really work super well for my skin, but the formulations aren't always amazing. And zinc oxide is an amazing filter, but it can feel thick and gloopy. So getting the balance is really where it's at. And unfortunately, for those of us who live in the United States, the FDA does not give a shit about our sunscreen. As far as they're concerned, they approve some ingredients. Those are the ones that we have to work with. Too bad, so sad. The rest of us know that Asia is making some amazing sunscreens. So that's where I've been buying mine from, and I'm sure a lot of you have been. It is so much easier to use a sunscreen that is lightweight and lotiony, doesn't feel like it's making you sticky, doesn't feel like it's making you gloopy. It just feels like another layer to your skincare system that you don't even notice. And that's what American sunscreen companies are trying to do. They know what we want. They're trying to do the best they can with the ingredients they're allowed to use. In comes Glow Recipe. Now, I've been using this for a few days, and I will show you. It is definitely that lotiony texture that we want. So that's appreciated. It's actually a lot for just my hand. So let me take some off so I can show you how it actually rubs in. So when you rub it in, it is white, but it immediately goes to clear. Now, honestly, I'm fair. There's no way I'm going to know if there's a white cast, although I really don't think that there is. It does leave a glowy finish. However, I've had it on like my face, neck, and chest for about 2 hours, and I think the glow has kind of dulled down. It's definitely not anywhere near as glowy as it was. But as you can see, the glow, it's real. Now, one of the challenges with this sunscreen is I find it doesn't really like skincare underneath. Yeah, that's a problem for me. Most of us are used to having to just rub and rub and rub the sunscreen just to get it absorbed into our face. This one does not want to be rubbed like that. Put her on like you would a lotion, rub it around, get it just nice, and then stop. The minute you think you could maybe rub it a little more, stop. Because if you have skincare on underneath, it's going to start to pill. There's no way around it. The only way you're not going to get the pilling is if you're not wearing any skincare underneath. And that ain't happening here. Now, the claims of this sunscreen is that it is supposed to hydrate and boost your glow. It does give you that hydration because it does have hyaluronic acid and aloe. It also has niacinamide in it. However, niacinamide is pretty far down on the list. It is more than halfway down. So whereas my Elta Md is 5% niacinamide, I never break out when I use this. I have no idea what the percentage level of niacinamide is in here, and I've started breaking out. You can't really tell, or maybe you can. I have a breakout here, I have a breakout here, and I have one up here, and it's making me mental. I want to like sunscreen because I have to use it, but if it makes me break out, we're done. I'm gonna take a few days off from this, and then I'll go back to using it, and I will see if it is indeed this that is making me break out. I haven't added anything new to my lineup, not my complexion products and makeup, none of my skincare, nothing is new except for this. So I am concerned it might be this. So like I said, I've been using this for a few days. I don't love it under makeup. I mean, it looks fine initially, but my makeup breaks down more quickly than normally, which I don't like. If I'm only gonna have the makeup on for a few hours, say I'm running out for a lunch with friends or something, then fine. But if I want like 8-10 hours of wear, this doesn't hold up. It really makes my makeup break down. Now, if you have dry skin, I think you might like this a lot because it is moisturizing. Like I said, it leaves a nice glow behind. It does feel tacky until it's dry down. And honestly, that dry down can be a half an hour if you're using the right amount. If you're just using a tiny bit of sunscreen, which you're not supposed to do because you're not going to get your full benefits, it's fine. But if you're using the amount that you should be using on your face, which is about a teaspoon, then you're gonna find that this takes a while to dry down. It does dry down eventually, but it takes a while. So if you have oily skin, I don't think you're gonna like it. I feel like I've been kind of dumping on Glow Recipe lately, and I don't mean to. I had done the review on their Plum Plump Hyaluronic Cream. Initially, I was like, meh, it's all right, it's wintertime. I've been using this lately, and I have been enjoying it more. Now that the weather has changed, we're not so dry all the time here. So who knows, maybe I'll change my mind on this. I'm actually gonna continue to use it on my neck and décolleté. I mean, who cares if I'm using one sunscreen here, one sunscreen there, as long as I'm keeping myself protected. And that's the whole point right there. I will use it if I'm having a good experience with it. If it has the right feeling on my skin, if it dries down the way I want it to, if it doesn't have an overly chemical smell, you know, that gross sunscreen scent. As far as sunscreens go, is this terrible? No, it's not. It's pretty good. Is it the best sunscreen I've ever used? No. But can we always have the best? No. Sometimes you just gotta make do. So honestly, here's the review. If you're oily, you're probably not gonna like it. If you have dry skin, you'll probably like it. If you're somewhere in the middle, you might be like, I don't know, I'll keep trying it, because that's where I am. All right, friends, it's just sunscreen. It's not rocket science. All I wanna say is make sure you're using your sunscreen, find one you like. Maybe it's this one, maybe it's not. Just use one, please. And just a little sneak peek, I've actually ordered a few more sunscreens from, where did I get them from? I think South Korea. So they should be here soon. I'll be testing those out. So I will be making videos on my thoughts on the Asian sunscreens that I have coming. Hopefully they should be here any day now. All right, friends, if you're using sunscreen, which you better be, put it in the comments below. I want to know what you're using, what you're loving, and what your skin type is. This is how we help each other out. All right, friends, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, give me a thumbs up. If you're new, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. You're gonna come back. And whatever you do, make sure you hit that notification bell. That way you know when I upload 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays at 12:15. All right, friends, as always, I wanna thank you so much for being with me, and I'll see you real soon. Mwah. I don't feel like you're the best you can be.